LeBron.
Yeah, go ahead.
I don't have a problem. I don't have a problem with what he did.
I don't have a problem with what LeBron did either, actually, because
It goes hand in hand.
the way Stephen A. Smith came at him was as a father.
That's what I've heard. I heard that people looking at it the wrong way, like what you're just going to say now.
Like,
People-
if he was just like, and then statistically,
You had called me and said, Bron pissed off. Motherfucker mad as hell. He want to see you man to man. I said, what would I have done? Rich Paul said, you'd have hung up the phone and you'd flew to LA. I said, thank you. So my point is, rather than come up to me at courtside, all you had to do was say, yo, I need you to stay. Don't leave this game. I need you to see you after the game. That's all he had to say to me. Then as we speak, he says that, let's take an example, he said what you just said.
Yeah.
I stand down. My bad. And not only that, I'm gonna make sure I go on the air. I ain't look at it that way. That's on me. You didn't do that shit. You said you fucking with my son. No, I wasn't. I was talking about you. I was talking about you. Wasn't about your son. I know he's number 55. I know he got work to do. Whew. I believe that he got potential. Yeah. I believe that he got the potential to go pro. I truly believe that. It's going to be tough, but I think he can pull it off. And by the way, I'm rooting for him. I ain't rooting against nobody. But I was talking about your ass. You did this. You the one that had us as reporters, as a league, as an NBA franchise. All of us got to sit back and be quiet and capitulate to your shit.
Come on now.
You did that.
he's actually playing very well in the G League. And when you compare him to the people that were drafted right before him and after him, his stats don't look that. They look normal. Or I sent you all the video, both of y'all. I don't know if y'all looked.
I ain't looked. I don't know. You saw a video
On Facebook.
Yeah, he did.
Did he really?
Yeah.
When?
Like 2 days ago.
Like 2 days ago.
Yeah,
Where
seen no
somebody
video.
actually
I
did
ain't
the
get the
research and looked up.
And broke down, versus
not
the
just
other picks.
Not
against
just
the other draft
not
picks.
just this draft, but the picks like previous years, and looked and was like, Bronny's actually averaging more than a bunch of them. Like,
Yes.
who? And he asked a good question. Who should you have drafted that would have changed the outlook of the team? Like, whose spot did Bronny take? And it's also not nepotism because LeBron doesn't own the team. They did LeBron a favor. Nepotism is Jerry Jones hiring his daughter as the VP of such and such, or Trump putting his kids in the giving them an official position in the first term. But like, if I work for a company and my boss wants to keep me there and he hires my son, that's not nepotism. That he did me a favor.
I think Cameron said it best. When he was like, "Listen, if I could find a way for my kid to get some shine over the other kids, if I can find a way for my kid to butt the line to get in front, then yeah, I'm gonna do that, right?" I don't know.
I think any father would.
Any parent would.
Yeah,
Right?
parent. I'm sorry.
I don't think. I wouldn't be like that, but any parent would, right? I think ultimately, like, Bronny James, my opinion, should he have stayed in college? Yes, I think he should have stayed in college. But did he have a dream to go to the NBA? Yes, he had a dream to go to the NBA.
That's my question. That's my question, though. Is it his dream or his daddy's dream?
He wouldn't have pursued ball in college if it wasn't his.
We don't know that because we never answered that. The crazy part is, I've done plenty of different searches. You've never really got an interview with Bronny speaking on like his time from here to here. Yeah, you would think that with who Bronny James is, LeBron James' son, arguably one of the greatest basketball players to ever play the game, it would be some type of like sit down podcast, something to be like, hey.
Well, he was a minor, so he wasn't going on podcast.
I mean, I'm just saying, like
a
in today's age,
would have
or let's say maybe somebody of his age interviews him on some random whatever. All I'm saying is LeBron James also has his hand, in my opinion, in it. Not knowingly, he probably didn't know what the fuck he was doing when he said it. But like, he was like, "Yo, my son can play better than you know what I'm saying." And like, if I'm talking
about half the bench players.
He said half the league.
I'm clarifying.
Well,
half the league don't play at all, nigga. Half the league don't even play.
If I'm listen, as far as LeBron James go, Like, do I think he kind of put his son in an awkward situation?
Yes.
I would say yes.
I agree.
But at the same time, like if Niall was in that situation, I'm pushing for that. If your daughter's situation, you pushing for that. If your daughter's situation, you pushing for that. And we go deal with what the outcome is afterwards. Now, at the same time, even if it's not Stephen A, just to LeBron James, like it's plenty of other people that are commenting on Bronny. The reason that I think Stephen A is getting like the most of it because Ryan Clark said it best. What Stephen A says, it dictates a lot.
The standard.
He sets the standard. Yeah, it's like, and clearly because he got that $100 million deal. Like people believe that what you say will set the standard for the rest of the week in media.
Yeah.
Stephen A said this, right? So it's like
the
on Stephen A's side, it's like my nigga, you should know better. But at the same time, to Stephen A's point, it's my job. That's why you gave me $100 million to point out the obvious.
But he's a shock jock though. You don't have to say as a father like what I know what he was saying.
But at the same time, I don't think he said anything wrong. I don't. My thing is my thing is if and we said both sides or whatever. I don't think that he said anything wrong in the fact of facts over feelings when he put up the numbers. And as far as when he went to LeBron James, said as a father, you know what this is doing. Like you could easily stop this and be like, yo, keep to my opinion. I think Stephen A was saying, LeBron, you can make the call to say, hey, yo, keep Bronny in the G League. Don't bring him back up to the NBA set no more because it's too much. It's too much. He's not ready yet. Make that call, Bron. Say that. But, like, that goes back to the play of, like, when Bron has got his hand in, when he doesn't have his hand in. Did you know about this? Did you not know about this? No, I didn't know about this. I just played the game. It's like, nah, you set the standard for a lot of things. Now, you feel what I'm saying?
Okay. Can that be the counterpoint?
All right, go ahead.
Okay, so it's one thing to report the numbers and the stats. But when you report these stats in a way that makes it seem like Bronny is not playing to the level of the other niggas drafted in that space, it makes it seem like these guys are doing fantastic and Bronny is the bad stepchild. But if you were to talk about everyone from 50 back, you would see he's literally playing, if not, I'll let you talk.
Go ahead, man.
If not better than, at least at the same level. And shit, better than some of the niggas that was picked in the top 10.
No, he's not.
But it's the truth. Stephen A. Smith is a journalist who has access to all types of interns and all types of things to pull up stats. I actually sent you and Daryl the stats. I know you didn't see it. But someone looked up the stats. Bronny's numbers ain't that bad in comparison to the niggas drafted in the space. And not just this year, in that space for the last several years. But they're pointing out Bronny because Bronny brings views and clicks. And not talking about the nigga who got picked before Bronny or after Bronny. Because what their numbers look like. If their numbers look like Bronny's, then what the fuck is the problem? And they do look like Bronny's. They absolutely do. So when you highlight one person because you know that person's going to get you the views, that's the same reason why the Lakers picked that person. Because the nigga picked that 56 wouldn't have got the Lakers the looks or sold the jerseys, or the nigga that picked that 59th wouldn't have got the looks. Stephen A. Smith know what he's doing. And Stephen A. Smith has always said, the players know if they see me in public, holla at me. So you put this out here for decades, saying if the players see me, they got the right to holler at me. And then when a player actually does it, you want to paint yourself like, I can't believe he came up and talked to me in that space. Nigga, you said.
He didn't paint it like that.
You haven't seen him he's been on the podcast tour, acting like he can't believe LeBron would come up to him in that situation. So he's been going on other people's podcasts. And on his own. Mm-hmm. That's disingenuous to me. When I can pull up at least 10 clips, just myself, of you saying, I say what I say and I stand on it, and if a player see me, he can come and talk to me about it. So then when a player come and talk to you about it, now you go on a podcast tour to milk it?
Okay, so
he just skipped Bayless with a fucking bad hairline.
I don't agree with that. But if we're talking about in that moment, right? Turn around, you see LeBron James talking about, hey, don't talk to my son, da da da. And if it goes by if we go by what Stephen A. said, he was like, He said, what you mean? He's like, nah, fuck all that. Da, da, da. He's like, yo, this ain't the place. Let's talk about somewhere else. Nah, fuck all that. All right, man, fuck it. All right, because I clearly, at this point, you
told me if I see you in public, I could talk to you about it.
But that wasn't a conversation. If I talking about something is different from me coming up and you saying, fuck all that, nigga. Stop talking about my son.
You can't dictate how I talk about
it. Nah, fuck all that. Stop talking about my son. Fuck you, man. Stop talking about my son, bro. Yeah. It's not gonna be the same way, bro. Like, people are around. It's like, you know what I'm saying? Like you got your, what if you had your business partners with you, your wife with you, shit like that. You gonna be like, all right, hold on. Well, I'm just saying, like, in a situation where you had, I'm just in general, like,
I'm talking about Stephen A.
It would hit
Stephen
different.
A. invites people. He has invited people. If I say something you don't like and you see me in public, come and talk to me about it. You can't tell me you got an open door policy and then when I open that motherfucking door, now it's a problem.
So you don't think Brian has no hand in this at all? And I'm not calling him a bad person.
No.
I'm not saying he's a bad man, bad player. No, I'm just saying, like, you don't think that when you go back,
I'm gonna use you as the example.
Well, when you use you as an example? Wait. When you go back to them comments that he stated about his son,
and I use you
playing in the NBA, right? You don't think that has anything, before you set your example, you don't think that has anything to do with any of this rollout that has happened from the time that LeBron said that to the time we are here today with Bronny James?
Yes, it does.
I mean,
at the same time, if I'm a journalist and I'm supposed to be objective, journalists are supposed to be objective. They're not supposed to pick a side. They're supposed to be objective. If I could objectively look at the numbers of all the niggas picked past 48.
Let's compare Bronny James' stats and contract to all the players the Lakers passed up on in order to take LeBron's son. Because the media is saying they wasted a draft pick and gave him money a second rounder normally doesn't get. But that doesn't appear to be the case at all. Remember in a previous video I compared him to the other 3 guys drafted after him, the final 4 picks in the draft? NBA stats here in yellow, all pretty similar. It's not like they miss out on the next Jokic. G-League stats, Bronny, 22, 5, and 5, kind of cooking. The other guys, 9.6, 4 rebounds to assists. Ulrich, 8 points, 9 rebounds, and then Ariel Hukpoti, 7.7 boards. Statistically, it appears this was the correct pick. So the comments said, yeah, but look at his contract. It's nepotism. He got this 4-year, $7.895 million contract. Let's look at the other second-round picks who signed contracts. I see a lot of these 4-year, $7.895 million. Oh, it's just the standard second-round pick exception this year. I haven't heard anyone complain about Cameron Christie getting 4 years, $7.895 million. Yeah, but Bronny was drafted 9 picks after him. That's nepotism. All right, let's go to the previous year's draft, 57 and 58. The last 2 picks in the draft. Look what they got. 4 years, $7.639 million. They were drafted later than Bronny. They got the standard second-round pick money last year. Haven't heard anybody complain about these 2 names. So Bronny's NBA stats are on par with a late 50s pick. His G-League stats are better than the other late 50 picks. And his contract, the nepotism, it's on par with other second-round late 50s picks. They drafted him 4th from last. Who did you want them to take in that spot instead?
There are little numbers. I don't even know.
All these niggas' numbers are this.
He was second round, 55th pick, right?
Yeah.
What was the 50 through 54 second round?
How they doing right now?
And look at G League. You like stat baby of the crew.
Yeah.
Look up G League and NBA. And then this. But I just, like, for example, like, there's got to be some investment, right? Because now,
24 draft, the pick, Bronny was the 55th pick. After him was Kevin McClure Jr. from Kansas, Ulrich Chiramon from Cameroon. He was a foreign player.
How them niggas doing? What's the numbers? Oh, fuck their names. What the numbers?
he said, "Fuck their names."
Nobody. Stephen A. Smith and Dozier don't give a fuck about them. They don't know who the fuck they are. They could have looked them up themselves.
It just goes back and forth though. Like, if you
Knicks with a 2-way contract, it doesn't give us stats at all.
The nigga ain't got no goddamn stats. Here.
So let me ask this though. Bronny's the only one I think in that range with a guaranteed contract though. Isn't that correct?
Well, the guy from KU's got a 2-way contract.
No, I'm talking about, doesn't Bronny have a $9 million contract? When I'm mistaken.
Here. Hold on.
Also, Sharon, the guy that got that's for Cameroon, he's got 7 games played for the Toronto Raptors, 4.6 minutes a game. He's averaging 1.1 board, 0.7 points per game, 1 block, 0.1 block. Sorry.
He was drafted after Bronny.
Right after Bronny.
So points wise, it's about the same, right? Mm-hmm. When you look at contract,
He's got 0.7 points.
No.
So it's not. So it basically he's not making as much of the impact on his team either, right? Cool. Money wise, he's on a 2-way contract, which means some of
this dude is a super project. He's only played 13, 16, 19,
I mean, but when you talk about overseas players when you draft them,
yeah,
you don't really
they literally are drafting him. He's 6'11", 6'11" with a 7 foot.
Well, I guess what I'm saying is money wise, you say he on a 2-way contract, right? Versus a guaranteed contract, right? Like there's certain things, and again, it depends on.
Bronny made more than his contract already.
It depends on. Daryl loaned me a check for this, so I need y'all to start supporting the watching. You know what I'm saying? If you like what you see, you know what I'm saying, mess with us. Scroll up, see what you like. He'll have the subjects listed. But yeah, Daryl, cut my check.